So I am live with Greg Johnson, who is the founder of Email Magic, and I will give you more information in a minute. But in the meantime, I want to just make sure that anyone that wants to see this can
Email
see
Magic,
this.
and I will
That's
give you
me.
more information in a minute. But in the meantime, I want
Where's that
to
coming
just
from?
make sure that anyone that wants to see this
From
can Email
see
Magic,
this.
and I will
That's
give you
me.
more information in a minute. But in the
Where is
meantime,
that
I want
coming
to
from?
just make sure that
Hold on.
anyone that wants to see this can Email Magic, and I will give you more information in a minute. But in the
Hey, Stacy, there you go.
Yeah.
If you have your browser tabs open with all the different platforms, I bet they're all coming through.
Okay, we're trying this again. Are we good? All right, I'm going to try again. So, hi, you guys. Thank you for being
Okay, we're trying this again. Are we good?
Where is that coming from?
All right, I'm going to try
Hold on a
again.
second.
So, hi, you guys. Thank you for being
Okay,
we're trying this again. Are we good?
Okay, no idea where it's coming from. All right, we're good. I don't hear it, so we're just gonna go with it. So, all right, guys. So we are like,
Okay, no idea where it's coming from. All right, we're good. I don't hear it. So.
Okay, I don't hear it now. All right, we'll try it again. So we are, we're good.
Okay, I don't hear it now.
It's still coming.
All right, we'll try it again. So we are, we're good. Okay, I don't hear it now. It's still coming. All right, we'll try it again.
Can you check your,
So we are,
check your sound on the other side?
We're good.
You see it?
Okay.
I was muted just then. I don't think it's me, but I'm going to make sure all my other stuff is closed just in case. I was muted just then. I don't think it's me, but I'm going to make sure all my other stuff is closed just in case.
Where is it coming from? It's so weird.
I was muted just then. I don't think it's
All
me,
right,
but I'm going to
guys.
make sure all my other stuff is closed
I think-
just in case.
Where is it coming from? It's so weird. Hold on.
I was muted just then. I don't think it's
All
me,
right,
but I'm going to
guys,
make sure all
just
my other
closing
stuff.
everything. I'm just closing everything. Okay, everything is closed. Okay, maybe it is me. Okay, cool. Yes, we are doing the thing. All right, so we are starting over. You guys, okay, here we go. We are live with Greg Johnson. So I met Greg through the capitalism community. I joined the incubator and I'm in the 1%, which is a really great community of people that are just doing extraordinary things. And as I was building Do the Thing, I joined that group because I was actually building another business. I have another side business that I'm working on. It's called Kitchen Pixie. And that's the one that I was focused on. And I sort of was just doing Do the Thing as like a fun kind of just project that I was using as research for my book. And then I think it was after the podcast challenge, I decided that I wanted to actually turn Do the Thing into the business. And so Greg is the one that I met with. I feel like it was many times during this like process of me deciding to convert it into a business. And the biggest thing was because I love it so much and I love working with the people in the community, I didn't want it to like turn into a business. You know what I mean? Like in terms of like the energy that a business can require. Because when I owned my staffing company, that was like a whole nother thing of just exhaustion and, you know, and like this thing. And so when I decided to monetize this, I wanted it to still be something that I loved and that also was still able to help people and be able to impact them. And so anyway, so it was super exciting because you got it. Like you totally got my vision, you know, and like what I was wanting to do. And I just really, I really am grateful for you for that because I'm now just having the time of my life still. And it's also now an official business because of you. And so Greg also is the founder of Email Magic, which is I don't know how to describe it, but I think I'm describing it as a newsletter that he just recently also has turned into a subscription business as well. And so I'm really excited to talk to you about that. And then for anyone watching this on potentially New Dynamo U or Make Lasting Change or Do the Big Dream, you are probably really confused from the beginning because apparently my Facebook was making noises, but you are kind of getting an inside look of what we're building right now with these amazing communities. And Greg is actually going to put each of the people in those groups on a hot seat. So they decided to take you guys along on their journey because I think it's really important for people to see how to basically what it takes to like build a business and to be able to do this. And so anyway, I'm so excited you are here and I'm so excited you guys are here. And I just now am calmed down enough that I can see the comments. So I'm really excited that, that you guys are here. So good. Amazing. So, hey, Greg, nice to see you.
You too, Stacy. I have to say, so the very first time that I joined you on Restream, maybe some people saw that, but my audio and video were screwed up. And I was basically like a little black box on your panel, but I didn't know that my mic and camera were not working. I didn't know for like 30 minutes that I was just this little black box and you were all wondering what on earth I was doing. And I was wondering why on earth nobody was talking to me. So I was going to mute my audio and like hide my screen right when this started as a joke. And I'm glad I didn't. We had an actual audio video thing happen. So
that's hilarious. That is so
glad
funny.
I didn't. So yeah, looking forward to this. You know that I love to do what I do on these things. So I'm really excited to meet the people that you have selected to bring on and see what we can do.
Yeah, I'm so glad. And do you want to so we were talking right before this about like what you're doing with Email Magic. And I would love to just kind of start off with how you started even, because you mentioned that you used to call it just like Greg's newsletter. And I'd love to just kind of talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. So I know we're going to be talking a little bit about audience and groups and email tonight. And I've been in this world for a while, but it's all self-taught. And a lot of it was me helping other people with various things and not like I did this with my own businesses, email marketing and audience building and all that stuff, but I never did it for my personal brand until a couple of years ago. So Email Magic is my audience, my personal brand audience. And I started it a couple of years ago. I just woke up one day and I was like, you know what? This is stupid that I don't have my own personal email list, because people listen to me. People ask me for advice. People ask me for recommendations and advisement and all this stuff. So I started an email list, an email newsletter, and it was just called Greg's Newsletter. And I had like 20 people sign up the first day, and I just started sending regular emails once a week. That was really just like a download of my thoughts, my rants about marketing and using email in business and how we should even think about running. Like I have a particular belief set that I have about how you can run a business well. And we probably agree on a lot of things, Stacy, right? Yeah. We should actually care about our customers and we should create products and services that help people. There are other businesses out there that don't do that, right?
Totally.
So it's just a download of my brain, and it just picked up steam over the years, but I was never really focused on turning it into a business. It was something I was doing for fun, very similar to how you started Do the Thing. And what I realized is that writing my thoughts out and then sharing them with others helped me to clarify my own thoughts. So writing emails once a week, like distilling lesson, like turning this like cloud of thoughts in my head into a concise lesson or a concise thought helped me to understand what I was actually thinking. And it made me more effective as an advisor and a coach for the people that I worked with in that world.
Amazing. It's like, it's kind of reminds me of my podcast, where my podcast helped me because I was able to like just talk on my phone or talk on Zoom. And then it got me to like articulate how I'm feeling. And then for you, that's what the email was.
Yeah, it helped me And it helped me while I was helping other people at the same time.
Yeah. So let's stay here for a minute, because there's many people here, and I'm seeing all you guys' comments, and thank you. And I'd love to just hear, like, what does that mean for them, the people watching? Because there's some people that like don't have a business. They see Joyce's here, maybe wanting a side hustle or something. Other people are teachers that are here, you know, and that's something they've been wanting to do. They started a podcast and they're trying to figure out their next steps. And then other people have like a full-blown business and they're like kind of trying to figure it out. I'm just curious, like, what does that mean for them?
What I would say is, I think what we're gonna talk about a lot is, we could have the greatest product or service in the world, but if nobody knows about it, it doesn't matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's this necessity for traffic into our world. There's a necessity for us to capture new attention and bring it into our world.
Mm-hmm.
And people struggle with this so much because of imposter syndrome, insecurity. And, you know, am I really qualified to be doing what I'm doing, to be telling people about my product or my service? Like, it's very, very intimidating. And then when we start using social media, right, if we're using our own networks, then the other fear is, oh my gosh, what will my second grade teacher think when she sees this?
Yeah.
What will my grandma think? And especially if we fail, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we get something going and put all of ourselves into it and then fall in our face publicly, like, that terrifies everyone so much that it prevents us from even starting in the first place, or from really committing to doing what we need to do, in sharing what we need to share, so that we can help the people that we are meant to help. So, like, when I started, like, my newsletter was a safe way for me to begin to explore, I guess, my expertise, how I could really help people, because I controlled who was on it, right? It was like, I knew who they weren't 20 randos. They were people that already trusted me. But having to do that for some period of time, to share my thoughts, get feedback on it, piss some people off on occasion, and figure out how to deal with that, with the positive comments, the negative comments. Now I have the confidence level to be able to do the same kind of thing publicly, right? So now I can share things like that on social media, and it doesn't bother me that my mom sees it, right?
Yeah.
I'm not concerned about that. And I have utter confidence in what I do and what I share. And I know that in some cases I will publicly fall on my face.
Mm-hmm.
But I have. And that's simply part of the story, because now I need to tell the story about how I get back up. So that has been, I guess, my experience, my journey as as a content creator or some sort of expert in something. And for people starting businesses, whether it's a service or a product, there's some element of this, right? People need to trust you in order to buy your thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're just selling products on Amazon or whatever, like, people need to trust you to transact with you. And so, on Amazon, it comes down to the reviews and the quality of the listing. And then on social media and in real life, it's different. Like, people, like, if you're sharing with people your information, your expertise, you need to sound like you know what you're talking about. And if other people have worked with you or bought your products, then hopefully they have good things to say.
Yeah.
Right.
Interesting hearing you talk, because it's almost like by you writing your emails and you starting, what started as Greg's newsletter, you like found your voice, like through the email.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Through the email and through doing, Zoom calls with people, group calls, coaching calls, things like that. If you knew me like back in 2017, I mean, not that long ago, very, very different situation. I did not have confidence in the things, like
Yeah.
being able to share with other people the things that I was doing. And it took repetition and just continued effort to get to the point where that doesn't seem like a big deal anymore.
Wow. Yeah, it makes me think of like what happened with Do the Thing, because I built Do the Thing in private, which was like the private Facebook group. And I wasn't even comfortable telling my friends about it for a while, and like you said, confidence builds. And then now it's like anyone can know about it because I'm at the point where nothing will phase me because I'm so conviction, I have so much conviction on what I'm doing. I think that's important for you guys to know because like whatever that is for you, whether it's email, podcasting, video, Zoom, whatever that is, it's like being able to get all those thoughts out. So then you're able to share them, and it could start privately. It could, so then you kind of get more confident as you're going. Yeah. So with that, okay. So Greg's here for so many reasons, but one of the big ones is I feel like we were on a private coaching call, and I was telling you about the Audience Accelerator program. So I'm doing a Do the Thing Audience Accelerator. We're officially launching it in February with like a group program. But until then, I've just been working with some people one-on-one with the program, and it's been so much fun. I'm like having the best time. Oh my God, it's like the most fun thing. And I pretty much, so the way the program works is it's like kind of like if you guys think of, and I want to talk about this because this is how your newsletter is too. It's like if you think about all the apps you love. I just saw an amazing TEDx talk from the guy that owns or founded Duolingo. And he was talking about how all these people can use the Duolingo app no matter what country they're from, and and as long as they have an iPhone or some way to look at the app. And then there's certain people that will pay for the app, right? And so it's like the freemium model. And I guess there's all those apps, right? It's like Fitbit and Lose It and Strava and all this stuff. So it's like a really popular model. And that's what a Facebook group is. So you guys are here, you're here for free, you're participating in a lot of the challenges that we have. And then there's a percentage of people that buy the paid challenges or the paid podcast workshop. We have like Find Your Voice and the podcast workshop. And there's different things that we offer. And so with the accelerator, they're basically doing the same model. And the cool thing is you get to impact so many more people because you're able to like provide free impact. And then there's a small percentage that then decide to, go deeper, and I want more features and I want more work and all that stuff. And I'd love to talk about that because you did that too, right?
I did it recently, which is a funny story. So I had used my newsletter in the last few years to do like some affiliate marketing, to sell occasional courses that I created, coaching. So it was monetized, but it was just kind of this one-off thing. I mean, it was a monetized hobby. It was not a business. Actually, I think after we spoke over the summer,
okay,
and I was telling you that you need to find a way to monetize Do the Thing so that, just like you said, that can support everything you're doing and you can do more of what you're doing. I looked at my own stuff and I'm like, wait a minute, why am I not doing this? So last fall, I switched my email software to a different platform that gave me some different tools around this. And kind of on a whim, I clicked a button and turned on a premium subscription option. Okay. I had no idea what I was going to do, but it's like, if people pay me, I think it was like $7 a month or $70 a year, I'll give them some sort of extra value and I'll figure it out. I just turned it on and then I'm like, okay, I'll figure out a promotion and I'll come up with this really great offer and I'll run a launch and I'll get a bunch of people to sign up. 2 days later, somebody found it and signed up for the annual. They signed up for a year for $70.
Yeah, because they're like, this is crazy. This is such a deal with like,
and I was like, oh no. And I emailed them. I'm like, dude, I don't even know what I'm offering. Like, listen, I'll give you a free coaching call. I normally charge like $500 for this, but I just want to make sure that your $70 is worth your while. So here's a free coaching call and I'll figure out what on earth this premium thing is real soon. And I immediately raised the price to $9.99 and then 99 for the year. Cause I'm like, if somebody just bought this on a whim, I got like, it's not expensive enough.
Yeah, amazing. It was an accident.
Yeah, it was an accident on my part. He was dead serious.
That's
So
amazing.
I've since added, I have like dozens and dozens of premium subscribers now. And basically I give them extra content. I give them access to a once a month like group coaching call.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
giving them like mini trainings. I did a mini Black Friday, Cyber Monday workshop right before Black Friday, Cyber Monday for this group, and spent an hour telling them like all of my email marketing strategies for that weekend, everything that I had tried that worked really well, things that I knew from other people. And I distilled it down to like, do these 3 things and you'll make more money. And people made more money. One of these people who's paying $10 a month for what I did sent me an email a few weeks ago because she had just finished shipping her Black Friday orders. It took her 3 weeks to fulfill the orders because she was so swamped.
Wow.
And she did her biggest month ever. And it's like a small business. But she did like, what did she say? She did, I think normally she's running right around under 10K a month probably.
Huh.
And she like tripled her normal monthly revenue all through email, through the campaigns that I told her to set up. So I'm
amazing.
like, that's what I want to do. I want someone to be able to pay $10 a month and make $10,000 from the information that they get from that.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
So
and it's cool because you have this like founding group, and that's what's nice when you catch someone in the beginning of something, because you're getting the intimate experience also, and then eventually you'll probably charge more for it. As you grow. Yeah.
Glad. Yes. I sent an email earlier today that at some point in the near future, I'm going to raise the price substantially. I said, I'm going to add a 0. And so I outlined, here's how I'm going to multiply the value by 10. And I'm like bringing in special email marketing experts, like people that I consider mentors. I've got some things lined up, and it's going to be great, right? It's going to be ridiculous. But I've committed. I said, whatever you pay, I'm going to give you 10 times the amount of value. So I've been trying to figure out, okay, how can I provide 10 times the value so I can raise the price by adding a 0?
Vicky just said, let's all join before he raises the price.
Yes. I sent that email out just mentioning that it's gonna get even better, and that all the people, if you're currently paying, $10 a month, I'm not going to raise the price on you. This will just be for new members. I didn't have a link to sign up, and I had like a couple people just sign up today. So
amazing.
That was cool. So
amazing.
Yeah, and but it really is funny because that the genesis of all of that was a conversation that you and I had over the summer, and I realized I need to take my own advice here. And so I switched that on, and it's been fun for me to figure out, like, how can I make this so ridiculous for these people that they're just like, how can this guy do this for this much? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I love that. It's so good because like there's so much that comes out of just movement and the momentum, and now you have other people in it with you. So who knows where it's going to go. And then before we bring on our hot seat people over there, raise your hand if you want to go first so I can like see you guys. Okay. Vicky's like me. I had a feeling. So before we bring them on, you mentioned right before, like, you just thought of a thing we could do for the Do the Thing community. I thought we'd bring that up now.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So if anybody signs up for my email list from this community, you're going to get a welcome email right when you sign up. If you go and find that, if you read it, there's like a little code word that if you reply, you get a free month of premium access. I'm telling you, pay attention. If you sign up for my email list and reply instead and say, do the thing in your reply, I will give you 3 months of premium access. So that's currently worth $30, but in the near future, that's worth $300. So not bad.
I love the adding the 0. Yeah, that's so cool. And I put the QR code up there. We'll be taking it down in a minute. So snap it as soon as you can. And otherwise, it's emailmagic.com. Okay, guys, we are bringing the unbelievable Vicky Poole on. Vicky has been in the Do the Thing community. I think it's been since the start of Podcast Challenge. She started her podcast through the Do the Thing Start a Podcast Challenge, and then she was in the Go Live Challenge and has been in so many challenges since then. And then as soon as I mentioned the Audience Accelerator, she's like, I'm in, or I'm game, for those of you that know Do the Thing language. And so since then, we've just been having so much fun in the group. We got to, I'll bring you on now while I'm talking about you. Hey. And I was just about to say, we even got to bring you in live in the Do the Thing community, and we got to convert your offer where you gave unbelievable value, and then we're able to also share what you were offering. And that was like so much fun. And now you're in your Facebook group, and just everyone's getting re-engaged, and we have your grand opening scheduled for February 5th. Yes. Okay. February 5th. And it's really cool. And so that's kind of one of the strategies, is we do a grand opening in the group. And I'd love to have you share what your group is. And then also then we can kind of have Greg just sort of talk to you about kind of strategies of like complementing your email with now this Facebook group. Because what's so great about the Facebook group is you really do, you're able to help people. I mean, I've already been helped so much just even watching your water video yesterday. And you just taught me so much about water that I didn't know, and now I'm drinking, literally I have this, it's gone already. I have this huge cup. Normally I don't even have that. And so exactly. Anyway, so yeah, go ahead. I'm going to be quiet now. You share, and then I'm going to let you guys kind of talk. Oh, I have to unmute you. That would be great. I was muting everyone. So
I know. I was trying to mute myself at the same time, so we did it together. I was surprised we didn't undo it, but yes. Hello, Greg. It's so nice to meet you.
Likewise, Vicky.
And everybody that's here. I have a group that is called Make Lasting Change, and it's a group that's been around for a little bit, but it was a different name and it's changed a lot now. So we got this grand opening coming. I'm really trying to liven it back up. And it is primarily for women who have been slaves to dieting, and to learn a new way to be healthy without being a slave to the scale and all the fad diets that are around.
Mm-hmm.
So what else was it needed to tell him?
Yeah. And just like, so what your programs are, we could tell them that, like what you offer, like the Body Beautiful program. She does this thing, personalized hypnosis session, but she'll be mostly focusing on offering the Body Beautiful program, which includes,
which does include hypnosis in it. But and actually my hypnosis is a lot more than just hypnosis, because I'm a life coach, health coach, and a transformational coach. So it all kind of comes together. Mm-hmm. So it's not like I do one and leave the rest of them out. They're all in there every time, but I just sell them in different formats. So the Body Beautiful program that's coming up, it's a 90-day container for women to go in and look at their lives and see where they're at. And then I've got like a list of different things that help them to start moving forward into being happy with who they are now as they're changing to who they want to be.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. And one of the things, once her grand opening happens, then her whole group is going to basically come to life. And it's going to be this like the living group where everyone's posting and sharing. And then every week, Vicky's going to be doing a live to bring people together. And then people that will want more work will be able to join her Body Beautiful program. And the people that just want access to the group, they'll be in the group.
Yeah. And I've been making videos today. So I've got all my videos done now, I believe. So
cool. So the format will be, you'll have some pre-recorded videos, like as a course. There
will it's really more of different aspects of the group as an intro to what it's about.
Okay. I see. So most of what you'll deliver will be live group calls.
Live group calls, and then I guess feeding that into some like discovery calls with people, and then into the programs.
Okay.
She really is good at like helping people figure out what like the thing is that, what do I normally say, where it's like this void, like if you're overeating, there's something that you're missing in your life, right? it's coming from something. Like she helped me even over the holidays so much. You know, she got me to see like the deeper thing that was going on. And like once you figured that out, then she like programs something else in you to give you like
it's getting the why underneath the why, because what we say we need has nothing to do with what's going on.
Okay.
It's
Kind of
just
the subconscious beliefs
it's like
that are
a symptom of the problem
That
and
makes
not the
sense.
problem.
cool.
Yeah.
All right. So how you said you're launching very soon.
Mm-hmm.
There's a number of ways that we could go. What is your current biggest struggle in preparing for the launch in terms of having people ready to go for it?
I don't really know, to be honest with you, because I'm just following all the little steps that Stacy's telling me to do, which makes things so much easier. But I do get a snafu every now and then about it, and I guess it's sometimes I have a hard time figuring out how these tasks that I'm doing over here fit together with this task over here.
Mhm.
And you know, I think that's the biggest thing. But I've already started practicing with doing my lives on every Monday, and I've been going in and doing inspiration every single day. And so there is beginning to be some engagement,
Mhm.
more than there ever has been. And so it's beginning, and I'm beginning to get a few people coming in, new
Mhm.
people.
Yeah.
I guess one of the things that would help me the most, I think, right now is if I could figure out a way to get more people to invite their friends and stuff in to the group.
Mhm. Cool. So I'll just throw a quick answer out there.
Okay.
One easy way to do that is to track people's referrals and then give them incentive when they send you a lot of referrals. So
Okay.
you could give them a discount on the cost of the program if they bring in 10 people, things like that.
Okay.
I have a particular subscriber on my list who has sent me a ridiculous number of very, very high quality referrals. And I had like a reward tier. It's like, if you send me 1, I'll give you this. And if you send me 5, this. And she has crossed like my top reward. She's still sending them and I have nothing. I haven't figured out what to send. So what you'll find is that if you offer something like that, hey,
Okay.
if you know 5 people who would benefit from this, I would love it if you would invite them in, and in exchange, I'll give you this incentive, and I'll give, you can choose whether or not you give the invited people an incentive. Sometimes that's a good move. Sometimes it's not, kind of depending on how that's positioned. So what you'll find if you do that is you'll offer it to everybody, but you'll have a handful of people that are going to just run with that, right? If the group's big enough, you'll have 1, 2, or 3 people that bring you a double-digit percentage increase in your audience, which is awesome.
All right. Very cool. Very cool. So you know what all I'm going through, Stacy. So I don't even really know what to ask.
I have a good one. Yeah. So the thing is, so Vicky's in there providing a ton of value, right? Like she's just sharing. It's pretty much helping people make the changes that they want in their life, and so people are getting value from being in a free Facebook group, which is amazing. But when they're in the Body Beautiful program and they're participating in hypnosis, like immediately it's like testimonial after testimonial from people who are like doing it, like immediately. Like even if they even go to like a Zoom that she's doing, like anytime she gets to have more deeper work with someone, I have chills thinking about it because I just have seen it personally. But like it's really impactful. So obviously there's a big difference between the value she's able to provide free, versus paid. And so I think from an email perspective, since all the stuff's happening in the Facebook group, what would be good strategy for her on emails to then be able to, say, hey, don't forget, like I still have this like deep extra thing that I can help you with.
Yes. So I've seen a couple, one very effective way to balance having a free community and a paid experience, and have one feed into the other, is share the testimonials from the paid experience into the free community in a way that doesn't feel salesy. So for example, there's like a marketing Facebook group that I'm in, and the group is free, but the group owner offers deeper, more expensive access and training and coaching and all of that stuff. And there is a massive amount of free value in the group. Like the group is ridiculously helpful. The group owner will just, these super long value posts where you're like, this could somebody could legitimately charge $100 for that information. And he just dumps it for free in the group. And so then what he does though, is when his paid clients have amazing successes, he shares those screenshots into the free group and say, hey, congrats to, VIP member Dave. He just put together this program and launched it and made $600,000 over the weekend. And it's that content gets dropped in the free group. And so then the experience that the people in the free group have is there's this guy dumping all this amazing free content, and oh my gosh, look at the results that these people in this paid group are getting. Therefore, I can for what he charges, of course, that's worth it, right? So if I can afford, I think one of his bottom tier paid program is like $500 a month, right? Which is, if you're coming in cold, that's a lot of money. If you have a business in marketing and see this guy adding tremendous value to other people, then it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Because he's already demonstrated his ability.
And that's how he's converting, is so he's just bringing in those testimonials and then
there's no pitch. There's no pitch. It's actually difficult to figure out how to get into this upper group and pay him. It's not front and center. It's like you have to go looking for it. You have to ask other people in the group. You're like, how do I get into that? And then they'll tell you where to find the link. And it's like a treasure hunt.
Amazing. Awesome. Okay, Vicki, you good?
That was good. Thank you. Thank you so much, Greg. That was very helpful. And thank you, Stacy, for filling in the gaps where I didn't know what to say.
Yeah, no.
One final little tip. Those testimonials, share those through email at the same time. And just say, I'm so proud of this member. They just got this result. And I just want to acknowledge their hard work in getting this result. And I'm sharing this to encourage the rest of you that no matter how much you are struggling right now, that was her story too. She was struggling. Now she's succeeded. Let's applaud, member X. And so you're not saying, hey, you have to be in the paid experience to get a result. You're celebrating someone who has a result in the paid experience. And you are, without having to say it, you're saying people in the paid experience get results, and I constantly share them back to you so you can see that.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And you guys feel free to join Vicki's group. I have the QR code up on the top. And then if you want to tell them, vickipool.com. That's right. It's also vickipool.com. All right. Thanks, Vicki. You're awesome.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Our next person. This is fun. I could do this all day. This is so much fun. Our next person we're going to do is we'll bring Luis in. So Luis is the founder of New Dynamo U, and he is our baby in the accelerating first baby. So he's the first one that came in. And it's amazing because we've already had his grand opening, and his group is freaking alive, because when you have the grand opening, that's when the group comes to live, and everyone's just in there, and they're coming to his lives, and they're commenting, and they're posting, and he's just literally got this living group while he's waiting for his product to still be, it's on pre-order. And so it's cool because he's here building this audience, getting feedback from people and what they need while he's still creating it. So we're going to bring Luis on. Hi, Luis. Oh my God, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay,
There
good. I'm having sound PTSD right now.
Thank you for the intro, Stacy. Glad that the mic is working. Yes. Greg, yes. We know each other. He's a coach from the 1%, and I am part of that group, and that's how I started my business. So yes, currently I'm actually with Stacy at the moment, and actually I'm just trying to get rid of that light. Give me a second. Okay, all right, are we good? Yeah. So I
Just to add the distinction. So it's really cool because like Luis is in the same group I am in the 1%. And like that group helped him like figure out who he wanted to serve, his product, like, and be able to like basically do everything, and then the audience part is the part that I'm helping him with. And so it's really freaking cool because it was such like a perfect way to kind of like, get started because you already had all the bones of what you wanted.
Yeah, well, I put in a lot of the pieces together, but I really resonate with what Greg said before. It's starting out and really finding your voice and being able to really put things together, because it's only through a bit of time that I found out that Instagram is a great space, but I really love the ability to build a community and have that interaction with people. And it's only until you actually do things that you discover it. So there's a lot of things that I've learned from Greg and from the coaches in this group. So, and from Stacy as well. She's just constantly pushing me, which is I love, because it's just that momentum and that drive that keeps me going. So Greg knows that I'm actually pre-launching a product at the moment. And it's only until recently that I got really, well, I'm getting the feel for doing things on email. So basically, the story starts with me, how I basically I used to work at a bank and I didn't have any time. And I had to quit the bank to really discover who it is that I want to be. So basically, that's kind of the underlying principle of the business, is allowing busy professionals to like imagine and design an ideal life for them. And the starting point that seemed most logical for me was to actually start from like physical health, because that is the root for me. It really is kind of like a catalyst that worked. So basically, I recognized, looking at my patterns, that I intentionally get 30 minutes of movement per day. And that's also the underlying principle of the Facebook group, where I encourage people and inspire. It goes back and forth to continuously, on a daily basis, get exercise for 30 minutes. And I'm trying to pre-launch a Dynamo Straps, which is suspension training. And the idea behind that is to actually use your own body weight, or, home training, home workouts, in order to mimic real life activities. So if you have kids and you need to pick them up, you do squats, these are certain exercises that you need to do on a daily basis. And that's what suspension straps help you to do, right? So that's kind of the basis of the business right there. Yeah.
Awesome. So I know you fairly recently opened up this Facebook group, and you've got some good momentum in there. What is the dynamic like right now? Like, how much are you posting versus people replying, versus how much do the members organically create their own posts and then interact with each other?
Everyone's super active. And it wasn't until, just like you mentioned, the more conviction you have about things, the more you're inspired to do. And I always felt like I could be doing more. So if I wasn't there, the group itself would be super dynamic. And it's just me being able to, ignite everyone's kind of inner passion to continue to do what they want to do. And we're using the Facebook group as a medium, or as a lead kind of thing, to actually get people on an email list to continue the conversation that way. So, but there's a lot of,
should add, like, so everyone that comes in the group is also going on his email list right now. And so, so the way the Audience Accelerator sets it up is like every day they're doing something. So with Luis's group, it's 30 minutes of movement a day. And then once a week, he's doing a live stream, and then he brings on guests, and then he restreams it, kind of like what we're doing today. A lot of us have it restreaming on all of our platforms, which then adds to our audiences. And so it's just a fun way to collaborate with others. And so I think probably what could help you the most, Luis, now with Greg, is like the email portion of it, in terms of, being able to make sure, because he's having so much fun with the people in the group. Like he like literally lights up, because like, I don't even know, you've got like 80 comments, I think, the last live you did, with like everyone's so like wanting to know the information you have in your head is so valuable, right? Because it's all about functional fitness that, you know, now it's like, okay, now we still want to sell this. So it's like, it's great for the people that are getting it free. That's amazing. But now he still wants to be able to sell the suspension straps, you know?
Yeah.
And so, and he's got like special bonuses for them to buy them, you know, if
Yes.
they're one of the founding members and things like that. But yeah, so I think that would be a good way to go about it, is in terms of the email side of things.
Perfect. So I know that so you have a pre-order open right now. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How is it doing in general? Are you seeing good conversion from the Facebook group to the pre-order, or do you feel like there's a gap from what you'd like to see?
There's a gap.
Okay. Okay.
And I think it lies with me, to be honest, that I don't want to, it's not in like, it ultimately lies with me. It's really that wanting to, it's okay to give people and help them, because that's ultimately what I'm here for.
Mhm.
So, and I think it's that hurdle.
Okay. Do you think the gap is that you haven't done a good job of sharing that the pre-order's going on and being able to talk about why they would want this thing? Is that the challenge?
That's fair to say. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a different challenge than if you've already told them about it and nobody's pre-ordering.
Yeah, it's kind of talking about everything. And it's like, oh, by the way, you know, anyway, see you guys next week. It's like,
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Do you have prototypes on hand?
I have one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever use it? Like, do you show
Yeah,
it in?
no, so not in the group, but I do have my Instagram page. And again, it's funny because I did see, I saw a video from the sprint, and I remember even Ryan saying this, and I'm like, oh my God, this is what I'm doing. Posting with no intention to make sales is,
Right.
it leads nowhere. And I'm like, that's what I'm doing. So
Yeah, and that is it's such a temptation because it feels so good to be giving a ton of value and not feeling like you're doing it with ulterior motives. But then at some point you're like, well, wait a minute, I'm spending this much time on this every single day. And I have bills, right? I need, like, this does need to be a business that generates revenue. And when the business is generating revenue, it will allow you to do even more of what you're doing to help people, right? So it's a switch that has to be flipped, and it's not like it's difficult. Okay. Stacy had to flip the switch. I had to flip the switch. So there is a way to flip it. I'm going to give you some ideas about how you might be able to easily and quickly flip the switch, so that talking about the pre-order that's going on doesn't feel icky, right? If you can sell something right now that you feel really good about and people buy it, that is going to massively decrease a lot of resistance that you feel to selling more stuff, right? So some quick ideas is you could do a 1 week intensive, like a paid challenge, basically. Split it out into a subgroup, have it be a very short, tight, defined time window, and have a very, very specific result that you're helping people to get to, and make it like $5. Like, not, that you're not doing this to make money. You're doing it to train yourself to be able to take money and know that you delivered more value than they paid. So that would be one idea. Another idea, this is one that I love, is you could set up an automated challenge through email, right? On day one, here's your job, here's your task. Hit reply to let me know that you did it. On day 2, here is your task. Hit reply to let me know you did it. And people would pay to come into, this 7-day automated email, or 14-day, whatever. And then I've seen people do this where if people legitimately are are doing what they're supposed to do, that there's a reward at the end. So sometimes it's like, we'll refund you your entire, like if you pay $20 and do this, then at the end of it, I'll give you your $20 back, or we can donate that $20 to charity, or you can let me keep it as a tip. But the goal is give them something where they're highly incentivized to actually participate every single day. Because and then structure the challenge so that if it's something that they do every single day for 7 days or 14 days, that there's a tangible result where they're like, oh my gosh, Luis helped me get from A to B. Like, this is a result, a real result, and I have Luis to thank for it. Of course he can keep my $20, right? And you don't have to stick that thing at the end. I mean, you could just, what a lot of people do is they'll put one of these together, they'll run it for free, and then when they have the results, they can stick the results and testimonials on the front end, and then stick a price tag on it, right? And again, it doesn't have to be a lot of money, $5, $20, but something where like
taking money, like being able to like actually take the money.
Yeah, I have a fitness app on my phone, and I don't even know what it costs, $60 a year, and it's similar to what you are helping people do, like daily movement. It's functional workout, like I do it in my office here, but it's just like me alone in my office doing 30 minutes of workout. Like it's kind of lame. And I don't do it every day because there's no accountability. So, and I'm paying for this because I want the results. I once
paid $20 to join a WhatsApp group just to basically send a picture and say, I woke up at 5 a.m. So yeah, I think you're right. But I'm so sorry, you guys, we gotta take on our next person. But if you want to wrap up with one quick comment.
So yeah, Luis, find something very, very simple to sell them.
Mm-hmm.
Find something simple and helpful. Make it $5, but sell them something and have them pay you, and get into that habit, because they want to pay you. You're helping them. They want to reciprocate.
And feel free to comment, you guys, if you want Luis to follow up with you about this, or if you want help with suspension straps or any of that stuff. So just put Luis in the comments.
That's amazing. And it felt lighter doing that. I think it's the idea of the amount. If it's give me $1 and we'll work together for a week. I'll give you tons of value.
Yeah.
That seems excellent. That's a great idea. And the challenge also. So thank you very much.
Perfect.
Oh, got a Luis.
There you go. They heard the $1 deal.
So awesome. All right, cool, Luis. And great work. Good job. You got momentum in your group and people are loving what you're doing. It's cool to see, for sure. So
thanks, Lucy. Thank you.
I'm going to hide you now. Oh, and then if you guys want to join his Facebook group, it's 30 minutes of movements a day. It's dynamou.com. Okay. All right, guys. So thanks, Greg. This is so fun. Okay. So our next guest I actually met, and I'm really hoping your sound's working, Sean. We'll see. But I met him through my comedy class. My teacher had him come in as a speaker, because he is like, he has like pretty much I can't even say your story well enough, but I'm going to be like, he's gotten himself on TV, he's like on a TV show, sold the show, and then has done it multiple times. And he's done this like with being an auctioneer, all these things. And so he has a formula basically to help people reach their big dream. And so his Facebook group is Do the Big Dream, and he's just started. So it's really fun to be working with him. And I'm going to bring Sean on. So hi, Sean.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
That sound. So cool. And so, yeah, so feel free to share a little bit more about what you're doing and why you're excited about it and all the good stuff.
Yeah. So basically when I was 40, I woke up and I realized I had done nothing to pursue my lifelong dream, which I had always wanted to have my own television show. I'd never gone on an audition. I hadn't done anything. I didn't know anything about show business, nothing. But at my 40th birthday party, I announced to all my friends and family that I was going to create, sell, and star my own television show, and it was going to be a worldwide hit. Once people started asking questions, they started laughing at me, and they're like, yeah, good luck with that. And 9 months later, I had sold and was starring on my own television show on True TV called Storage Hunters that I had created, and I was on for 6 seasons. Then I moved to the UK and I was on a BBC-owned channel called Dave, where I did 6 more seasons. Then I created a celebrity version of that television show where over 130 British celebrities came on my show. So in all, I spent over 12 seasons on television. So now what I've done is I've created this Do the Big Dream Facebook group and dothebigdream.com. And I want to just teach people the formula that I use. It's a 15-foot step formula. Plus there's some background skills that you have to have. But basically the reason why I could be so confident and just announce that to my friends and family, and then 9 months later actually have it come true, is because I had accomplished some other things using this formula and I knew it worked. So that is what I'm teaching people now.
That's amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
So what's your current biggest struggle or challenge, or what would you like to see more of that's working well? I would love to dig in, but let me know where we should go.
So I'm newer at this. So we have been working together for about 3 weeks, I think now, 3 weeks. And so I have, okay, so I'll tell you the challenges so far is I moved really swiftly in the beginning. Got a web page built, got the face group set up, got made some videos, had just really moved at a very swift pace, which is part of my formula, right? Is to really move quickly. So I got a lot of done in a short window of time. So I already had the face group up, and I just 2 days ago started posting on social media. I'm at have about 34 people in the group now. But what I'm finding is that even though I have 22,000 followers on Twitter, and even though I've got probably between my 3 Facebook accounts, I probably have about another 16, 17,000 followers. I'm not seeing like a gigantic, super fast conversion from putting stuff out there and then actually seeing people jump in. I mean, I think I'm at 34 people in 2 days. So that's not bad. I'm not complaining, but I don't know, like maybe there's some other things I could be doing to attract people in. I did a video that I cut a testimonial into from a celebrity who I helped mentor, and he became famous. And then I did a whiteboard video, which is kind of a little bit more fun, tells the story, and it's an invitation to the Facebook group. And then I just had like a cool logo kind of created of like a person jumping from a small fishbowl into a giant fishbowl. And then those are kind of the 3 different types of posts that I've done on social media so far.
Okay.
I imagine it's one of these things that will build. When I saw your experience, which is the email magic, I know that at some point, once I have lots of people in the group, then I'm going to probably want to start utilizing email as well. So I had questions for you on that. But before I asked you the email questions, maybe I could see what you think so far.
Yeah, for sure. So, there's probably, tell you what, I would love to take a look at the social media posts. So after the call, greg@emailmagic.com. Just send me the links. I'll take a look and see if I can see anything where there's clearly a disconnect between the front end messaging and then getting people into the group. Because the story that you just told, I'm like, I want to be in this group, right? It's an amazing story. Like who has that story, right? You make this statement and then 9 months later, and this is something audacious, right? Having your own television show. Audacious. It's audacious. So that's fascinating. So I imagine what I would look at is it so audacious and unbelievable that people immediately discount them being able to do the same thing, right? In that front end content, is there any element of you humanizing yourself and saying, I used to be a regular person like you, but I built these pillar skills, and now I can do things like this. But it's a process that anyone can do. I've turned it into a formula where you just step by step by step. Right.
Mhm.
So maybe there's just a gap where, it'd be like if Elon Musk was running ads and he's like, I built 3 multi-billion-dollar companies, join my
Yeah.
Facebook group. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Right. So if people don't believe that they can do what you did,
Mhm.
then they're not incentivized to jump in. So
Oh,
they
yeah.
need to know like that you were them at one point and that you can
Yes.
help them get to where you are.
Yeah, that's actually a really valid point, and I'll have to go back and reevaluate whether or not I made a strong, because I'm suspecting that I didn't, because it's the background story that's powerful as well.
Yeah.
I've been living on my own since I was 16 years old. I grew up as an illegal alien in Germany. I was abandoned by my parents there. I served in Desert Storm in Iraq. I have a couple combat medals, but I never went to college. Everything that I've accomplished is basically with the help of a really solid knowledge of sales and the background in sales,
Mhm.
and then utilizing and building this formula that I have followed, that I've developed over the years. It's helped me become very successful. Not only with the TV show, but for example, I'm a charity fundraising auctioneer. I raise money for nonprofits, and I've raised over $500 million for a variety of different nonprofits over the years, from children's hospitals to all these different things. But again, all self-taught and utilizing this formula, and not really, like I said, never attended college, never had really any formal training or background. And that I didn't really touch on too well, but I think it's valid. And I think people need to hear that, because I think people need to go, well, if this guy can do it, then I can do it too.
Absolutely.
That's a good point.
Real quick, what is the end goal of the group? Is there monetization strategy? Are you going to sell course, coaching, program, something like that? What does that look like?
Yeah, so Stacy and I have been working on that. So a variety of things. So one is, of course, one-on-one coaching would make sense, right? I have some products that I created, like how to overcome the fear of rejection, a really powerful experience that I had in life. And it's once you hear it and you kind of go, oh, wow. And then you realize, oh, I can use that every time to overcome the fear of rejection, which is powerful. Also, I created a video on basically on self-confidence, and really how to come across confident on camera as well, because I have a lot of on-camera experience. And I think in today's world, people are going to find themselves on camera no matter what it is that they're doing. So I had some strategies, and I put that into a video. And then I have another video that I created that is basically on selling, teaching people the 5 steps of selling, and then breaking it down and going into details, and then how to do everything from an elevator pitch to like a more elongated pitch to a real formal long presentation, and what it requires to be good at all of that. So I have products in the can that I had created prior to working with Stacy, and then of course, what I would love to do is, through working with the group, then try to develop a course where someone could then go and learn the entire formula on their own if they'd like.
Yes. So this is very off the cuff. You don't have to do this, but this is kind of what is coming into my head. If you tell that story where I have these foundational pillar skills plus the formula, now I'm achieving otherworldly things. And I used to be like, touch on your backstory. I'm not a trust fund baby. I'm not, I wasn't born into royalty. I'm a regular guy who figured this out. And this is something that's teachable. Right?
Yes.
And you can say, here's what I have for you. I have courses that I've created. I've, videos or trainings or whatever you call it, that I've created on the pillar skills that you must have in place to run my formula. And these, each one of these skills by itself, if you master it, could make you millions of dollars. It could help you achieve your dreams. One of these.
Yes, true.
And I have but I used these in combination. So if you want my trainings, if you want access to these, it's $99 or something like that. Like, stick a price on it that makes people stop and pause, and then say, I also have a Facebook group where I help people to develop these, and members of the group get all these courses for 50% off. There's a coupon code in the group when you join, and the group's free.
Okay.
And then anybody with buying intent, where they're like, I want that,
Yeah.
They're highly incentivized to get in the group, even if it means going from Twitter and having to sign up for Facebook
Yeah.
so that they can get in the group. They're like, I will go through that hassle for 10 minutes because then I get access to all these things for half price and I want them.
Mhm.
Right. And then from inside the group, then I imagine the higher ticket thing that you sell is implementation of the formula. Right.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that is how that could all line up. And what that would mean is that the people that you would be bringing into the group would all have buying intent
Mhm.
for the foundational pillar content,
Mhm.
right? So conversion rate would be pretty high on that.
Yeah.
And then those people, you could help them in the group to really develop that skill set. And then you would know who was ready to plug in the formula and achieve their stratospheric success.
Yes. Okay. That's all really great advice. I appreciate that. I like the calling them the pillar skills, because that's really that's what those are. So how you have to master the pillar skills before you can go forward and really be successful in the formula.
Exactly.
And and really, the thing is this was a lot of trial and error over many, many, many years, and it was reading a lot of books. And I belonged to the National Speakers Association at one point for like 10 years and attended hundreds of breakout sessions and listened to some of the best motivational speakers. And I pulled together the best of everything that I heard and cobbled it together. And so that's how I basically came up with this thing. And it's exciting. It's going to be exciting to get out and share this with people.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you very much for your time, Greg.
You're welcome, Sean.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thanks so much. Okay, and then you guys can go to, I saw so many of you clicking the QR code, and it's also dothebigdream.com. So definitely join Sean's group. We're still working out the details of his grand opening because he's just started. But the idea is once that group comes alive, we'll have the grand opening, and it's going to be this. I mean, that's what's cool about it is you're going to be able to give so much value for free, and then the people that really want the implementation of the things, that's when they'll pay you, which is just really cool.
Yeah, it's exciting. Anyway,
Yeah.
Thank you. It was good.
Thank
A lot of great value tonight. Thank you guys.
Awesome. Okay, this is fun. This thing is so good. All right. Well, it's been amazing having you on. And then I thought I'd just let you guys know if there's anything you want to just comment, any question you have, since we didn't get to it today. Please just comment, and then I could always follow up with Greg afterwards. So please just still let us know, or if you're watching it on replay, let us know as well. I'm going to put Greg's email magic QR code up there again. And again, it's emailmagic.com. And don't forget when you get the email to say do the thing, because that's amazing. So yeah, thank you.
You're welcome, Stacy. I appreciate you having me on. I love to do this, and it doesn't take much to twist my arm.
So good. And then, let's bring everyone on really quick. We'll just say goodbye to you guys. Okay. So we are saying goodbye, everyone. And let's do a quick, do the thing cheer. So we're going to say do the thing. And then I'm going to say don't wait for opportunity. There you go, Luis.
Create it.
And then you guys will say create it. Okay. So we're going to say do the thing. Don't wait for opportunity.
Create it.
Create it.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much, you guys. You're amazing.